welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia, and in today's video we are going to do an update to my monochromatic project pan. This update is late, as are most of my updates. If you're not familiar with what this project is, I found out about it through Instagram, and it was created by Callie Fab. I will link her Instagram and her YouTube channel down below. And essentially what it is, every month you pick a bundle of products to work on, and each month is color-coded. The colors do change every year, so it's not like the months stay the same. For this last month, in April, the color was white. You can pick your products based off of product color, packaging, even scent, you know, like whatever, white gardenia or something like that. So I'm going to give you guys an update on my progress for last month. Usually I do a usage-based goal with this project because I just don't think I could hit pan in something in a month other than eyeshadow. So if you guys want to see what I've got planned for the month of May, go ahead and keep watching. Alright, so to recap last month, again, the color was white. Most of mine were based off of packaging. Well, all of them were actually. So I chose my Persona Identity palette, and I did this because it is a recent purchase of mine, and I felt like it was getting pushed back to my everyday makeup drawer, and I just wasn't reaching for it. So I did use this palette more than 10 times. My goal was 10 times. I definitely used it more than 10. I did stop tracking after 10, and this is what the palette looks like. Maybe I will scoot over. Maybe I'll scoot over this way so that I can hopefully put like the before shots. But I did get really good use out of it. I used this shade quite a bit just to set my primer every day. But these metallics are beautiful. You know what? The formula reminds me a lot of Natasha Denona. Very creamy and buttery metallics. The mattes are very easy to blend out. You can see how much of a dip that I have in them. And like I said, I really enjoy the palette. I do think this is a beautiful like beginner palette, beautiful everyday palette. If you're just someone who doesn't have a large makeup collection and doesn't want one, you can create so many looks with this palette. You can create cool tone looks. You can create more warm tone. I mean, it's really stunning. It's beautiful. Next up, I have my Real Her palette. If you have seen any of my previous panning videos, or if you have seen any of my other videos, you've probably heard about this palette. It's been in multiple projects. I got it in my BoxyCharm, I want to say last year, towards the end of last year, and I was going to give it away, but I ended up using it and really falling in love with it. The bronzer shade I've used up. It was like the perfect bronzer shade for me. I've hit pan in the highlighter, and I hit pan in this blush shade during this project. So my goal was to use this 10 times. I know I used it more than 10 times, but again, after I use it 10 times, I don't track because that's just a lot of projects and a lot of things to track. So you can see how close I am in the blush. I definitely think I'll be exposing more pan here soon, and the highlighter. As I've said before, I enjoy this palette, really glad I got it, and I'm glad that I'm getting my use out of it. The next product was my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I again chose this because of the packaging, and my goal was to use this 10 times. Do you know, I am on the fence as to whether I want to declutter this or hold on to it. I think by the end of the year, I will definitely probably let this go because I have had it for quite some time. It's obviously past its little expiration date on the back, as most products end up becoming. But I cannot put my finger on it if I feel like it's working or not. I used to love it, but sometimes I feel like in the past, I didn't really pay close attention to my makeup. And I'm really looking for maybe a lighter coverage, like things that don't look so heavy on my skin. So I'm testing out a primer right now that I like to put in my T-zone. And I'm just not sure. Like I'm testing it with different foundations, and I really want to give myself like a month straight of using some products to figure out if they work for me. And putting them in my projects is a great way to do that because I'm holding myself accountable to use them, and then at the end of the project, I can decide if I'm going to keep it in my collection or pass it on. So this one's hanging on in my collection because I don't have final thoughts on it. But like I said, I did use it 10 times. I'm glad that I did. And I'm gonna put it away and play with some other primers. So speaking of letting things go after them being in a project, I have 2 products left. Both of them are by Flower Beauty, and I've decided to declutter both of these. Now the first one is the Flower Beauty Lip Stain. This is actually called, Bitten Lip Stain. It's in the shade Koi, and here's the thing. I like the shade. Most lip stains, I feel like, can dry very bright. Like I think it's very hard to find like a muted pink. This dried down as a muted pink. I loved it. However, it wore away, like it gave me that white line around my lips, and it kind of balled up, and it was very hard to like reapply. So I am going to pass this along. Because I just don't enjoy it enough for it to stay in my collection. The last product was a Flower Beauty concealer, their Light Illusion concealer. I thought that I really enjoyed this product, but again, using it consistently for this one I actually only used for 6 times, but using it consistently with different under eye powders, different foundations, I don't enjoy it. It gives great coverage. It looks beautiful initially underneath my eyes, but I have a ton of fine lines that I just can't always avoid putting my concealer there. And this concealer definitely settled into those fine lines regardless of how much I put on or what powder I set it with. So if you don't struggle with that issue, I do think it's a beautiful concealer. It's medium to full coverage, and it gives a beautiful finish under the eyes. So again, if you don't have the fine lines, I think it would work for you. However, I have decluttered it. I cannot find it. So I'm not sure if I tossed it or if I gave it to my sister. I don't remember. But it's gone. I can't find it to show you in this video, but I have decluttered it. So moving into the month of May, the color this month is red, and I found some trouble. I had some trouble trying to find products that would fit into this category. I definitely wanted to focus pretty much on makeup alone. I actually don't have a lot of excess of skincare or body care, and those have a place in some of my other projects, and they fit well there. So I wanted to kind of keep this makeup based, and the first thing that I thought of was, I think, what everyone thinks of in a red lipstick. So not only is this a red lipstick, but it's red packaging. This is by Hank and Henry. It's beautiful packaging, and I got this in a BoxyCharm. I've actually worn this lipstick twice at least, and it's a really pretty shade. It does have glitter on the outside, but I feel like that doesn't get onto the lipstick on my lips. Not that I notice, at least. So here is the red shade. It'd probably go really nicely with my outfit today. My goal is going to be very small with this because I don't wear reds a lot, but my goal is to use this 5 times. I think if I can use it 5 times, that will definitely make me happy, and I'll feel like, you know what, that was a good amount this month. That's a little more than once a week. So I think that I can definitely make that work. So this lipstick weighs 34 grams. Obviously, that's a lot of packaging. This is very heavy packaging, but I just want to see if that number fluctuates after using it 5 times. So to go with that lipstick, I actually have 2 lip liners, and one is by NYX, and it is in the shade Red Tape, and the other is by Ace Beauty, and it's in the shade So Gorgeous. I have both of these in my collection, and they have both survived declutters. I don't know, do they look similar to these? They probably look exactly the same, don't they? They do, don't they? I don't need both of them. So the reason why I put them in this project is because I'm going to wear them with that lipstick, and hopefully I'll be able to decide which formula I enjoy, which one that I want to keep and hold on to, and which one works the best with that lipstick, because that's my only red lipstick, other than some like NARS lip pencils, and even those aren't like red. Some of them are burgundy. So this is gonna count as one item. So combined, both of these pencils weigh 12 grams. I don't think we'll see much movement there, but and my goal is obviously to use those 5 times. Next, I have a nail polish. Now, I don't have like regular nail polish. I actually do. I have 2 shades, and they're both a mauve or a pink. One's a mauve, one's a pink. So I do have gel polish by the Beetles brand. I actually get this off of Amazon, and I enjoy it. And this is the shade 617. This is a bright neon orangey red. I don't have just a basic red, which is surprising. I feel like I need to get one, but I felt like this was close enough and it would be really good to start the summer off with. So my goal is to use this twice. I'm gonna do once on my toes, once on my nails. It's gel polish, so I don't think I'll be able to get more than 2 uses out of it. And this nail polish weighs 26 grams. Okay, 2 products left. The first one is this NARS Trio. This is called Star Scene Cheek Palette. This has the shades Instant Replay, Divine, and Hard Party. So this is what it is here. And obviously I chose this because of the packaging. This is beautiful packaging. Those are stars, like in the little case. So pretty. It's got a highlighter and 2 blushes. I'm not going to focus on any shade specifically. I am just going to focus on using the palette. So you guys can probably see, I actually don't get a ton of use out of this. This gets forgotten about a lot. I get some use out of this highlighter, but the blushes I really don't. So, you know, I'm excited to be able to get more use out of this, and my goal is actually to use this 10 times. But this weighs exactly 100 grams. So the last product in this project is something that did take me a while to like pop in my head and think that it would work. But this is my Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. So obviously I'm choosing this because of the packaging. Inside there's some bright tones. My goal is to use this palette 10 times. I'm actually excited because this is my least reached for Natasha Denona palette, yet there are some beautiful shades in there. So I'm excited to get some use out of it. Like I said, my goal is to use it at least 10 times, and I'm going to make sure that I don't just like, you know, sissy out and only use these shades right here in the corner. It's like I said, it's got beautiful shades. These two are probably some of my favorites. And this palette weighs 250 grams. So we'll see if that changes at all. So that is it. Those are all of my products for May's Monochromatic Project Pan for the color red. If you guys want to see the progress I make on these, make sure you subscribe. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.